Real hard life over there on the couch. It's pretty annoying. This happens every other day. Is the chain too heavy or something? What the heck? What's going on, party people? Monday morning, about 8 a.m. or so. Coming out here to see what the rest of the world is doing to get its week started. Ideally, I have a bunch of nature running around out here, wildlife that is. And I guess I'm a little late, or they're not out here yet. Doesn't look like I'll be snapping any photos with my DSLR because this wonderful humidity is back again. You can't see that, can you? See that? It's pretty foggy on there. And I put that lens hood on there as a suggestion from Carolyn Stamping. Thank you. It's a good idea. Unfortunately, the North Carolina humidity in July is a force to be reckoned with. Do y'all like Mondays? You know, if you go online and look at all of the social media or blog posts and things of that sort, you see so many people just dread Monday. And I get it. I totally get it. You spend your weekends resting and you get comfortable and set in that mode of operation. And you're just, settled, if you will. So sometimes it's hard to get started after having a weekend, and a couple days of rest. So I get that. Mondays are okay to me. It's another work day. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things I don't like about Monday based on my line of work at my 9 to 5. Mondays and Fridays tend to be the busiest days for me. I work in the line of IT support. So Monday mornings, people come in, so they're cranky, and then there are times where they're just they just haven't fully waken up, and they forget how to do things or just handle things in a way that they wouldn't typically handle it because they're not fully alert, if you will. You get people that forget passwords and stuff like that all the time. Granted, I don't deal with fixing passwords, but that's just how it is. People forget passwords. People will click on things they're not supposed to click on, or they do a wrong sequence or what have you, and it breaks things. Friday is a good day for most people, but in the line of IT support, Friday is a horrible day because they're alert and they're wide awake and so forth, but they are rushing and they're frantic to try to close the week out and get things done for their superiors and whatnot. So they rush through things and mess up a lot of things, a lot of careless mistakes for no reason, So, yeah, Mondays, Fridays, you can have them from a support standpoint. Well, I'm logged in, and so far, so good. Nice and quiet on the front. Then again, I don't think most of the company actually gets checked in and signed in until maybe 8:30 a.m., something like that. I don't know. I don't even keep up with it like that anymore. Ay.
I picked the chicken up in my hand. and I brought it
Lunchtime for somebody.
and I stroked it. I said, I won't come with you. You can't make me. I sat up because I felt less vulnerable sitting.
Maybe it heard me.
Curled and made itself comfortable in my
It's
hand.
gotten really still.
Pudding and pie, boy, said Ursula Monkton. Her feet touched the ground. She was illuminated by her own lightnings like a pink.
Right now I'm trying to see just how close I can get to him. I've stepped outside and walked over into the brush. See, I didn't even put shoes on. I just threw on my flops and sort of crawled my way in from through there. But it's right in the center of the frame behind that little bit of brush, right in the center of the frame. You can't see it from this angle. So I'm hoping the closer I get, it's either going to move away or it'll stay put and I'll be able to get another shot. Okay, I totally spooked it. It darted from over there in the center of the frame where it was a second ago down to here. I can't see it, but I can hear it sort of, rustling around over there, trying to make its way out of here. So I guess that means I'll just go back to working. I tried. Deer had their lunch. I had mine. Mine was better. Do any of you guys use Outlook? Man, well, I don't have a problem with Outlook. My problem is with the calendar inside of Outlook. Email is fine, but the calendar just really drives me nuts some days. I depend on that calendar to synchronize with, what I'm going to be doing throughout the day. So the 9 to 5, of course, it has conference calls and whatnot in it, about every other day. Thing is, today's meetings or conference calls that I was supposed to be in, none of them were live, not a one. No, wait a minute. I did have a 10 o'clock that worked. No. Yeah, I did have a 10 o'clock that worked. But then after that, I had 2 more meetings added to my calendar. And none of them were live. I showed up for the call, and I'm the only one there. I don't know. And I was tailoring my afternoon and lunch break and so forth around those meetings. I think I'm going to go and work out instead of waiting and doing it tonight. Usually I go to the gym, roughly 8 o'clock, sometimes 9 o'clock, but I think I'm going to try to go a little bit early today and free up the evening to do something else, like, I don't know, watch TV and eat pie. And I'm saying to heck with meetings, and I'm going to go ahead and take a lunch break. Slight problem. I can't find my ID. Gotta be able to have your driver's license out on these streets, especially a black man out on these streets. Normally it's right there in that drawer. There's my hand sanitizer. There's my camera. And all of my whiskey. And there's Kylo. You see my keys? Is it up here? I guess I'll just spend my lunch break here at the Palace. And I don't know, maybe watch some YouTube or something. There is some cardio I can get in. What, you don't want to do no cardio either? Is that why you're running away? Really? You don't like cardio? Don't worry, I don't like cardio either. Cardio stinks. All right, cardio's done. Alright, so the challenge for today is shoulders. Good old shoulder workout. I don't know what's going on with the music in here today, but I'm glad I got headphones. Right now I'm listening to my man Matt Lee, his Project LD50 album. Just go look up Matt Lee on Google Play and Bandcamp and go check out his music, man, and throw him a couple bucks or two and buy some tracks. Good stuff. Got some gym legends up in here. Killing it. Easy money, easy money. So crazy how easy they make it look up in here. Ain't no little pansy gym in here, I tell you that now. Let's get ready to crawl up out of here. This is unofficial, of course, because I got on sneakers and clothes, stuff in my pocket. But that is about right. I'm normally about 235. That said 241. But let me share a little tip for all of you that want to do something about your shoulders. This is for men and this is for women. Because women talk about their arms, and this tip, you do not need a gym to do this, okay? No gym is required for this tip. Alright, I'm gonna try not to nerd out on you too much. Your shoulder has three parts to it. It's got the anterior part right here, lateral, and posterior, okay? Rear delts, side delts, front delts. You have to work each muscle of your shoulder to fully develop it. You know what I'm saying? You can grab yourself like a large canned good, something that just weighs a couple pounds, okay? And I'm going to use these headphones to start with. To work on the front, you want to do a front raise like that. Your elbow is straight, you know, and you're raising straight up, concentrating on lifting your arm up, not swinging it, because that's a different motion, and that's a different group of muscles that are working to do that. But you want to lift it up slowly. Do that about 15 to 20 times, you know, and probably do that about 6 times a day, okay? Do the same thing for the side, lifting it out nice and gently, not swinging it, but lifting straight up, straight down. Now the rear delts are a little bit harder. I can't tell you how to do that in this particular video, but work on those fronts and side laterals, get back at me. And if you've been doing it, I just might share the rear delt tip. Right, back at the Pruitt Palace, about ready to call it a day on everything, but before we do that, gotta get my eat on. Another little tip about this whole fitness thing, and that's if you're more into it as far as building muscle mass, not necessarily for people that are trying to cut weight or anything. But the trick is, as soon as you finish working out, you know, some serious pumping iron, you're supposed to try to feed your body within 15 minutes of finishing. You know, that can be difficult depending on where your gym is. So sometimes you're not going to be able to do it within 15 minutes. But a good trick is to grab yourself like a glass of milk. Why? Because there's some good fats in there, and there's lots and lots of protein in milk. And all of that protein is going to hit your blood vessels while they're nice and fat and just ready to take on all types of nutrients. It's going to hit your blood system, And those proteins are going to start going in and helping rebuild those muscles that you just broke down in the gym. And when you rebuild them, you're going to come back bigger and stronger. So, all right, I'm going to call it a day and get my eat on. Got some leftover meatloaf. I'm going to have myself a little brioche bun and some mac and cheese that I made, and we're going to knock this here thing out.